Today we're going to make a simple warm chocolate cake for Valentine's Day. This is something that anybody could do. It's not very complicated. It's a very easy and really delicious recipe. We have our wet ingredients and then we have our chocolate. 4 ounces of chocolate. This is a bittersweet chocolate. And then 4 ounces of butter, which also means 1 stick. So I'm going to set this on a very low flame. Then we just want to gently melt this together. It doesn't have to be hot, it just needs to be melted. Now we're going to start with our eggs. There's 2 just yolks, and we'll just go back and forth. And then 2 whole eggs. I'm going to whisk these together. 4 ounces of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla. Oops, no, that's about a teaspoon, right? And a little bit of salt. A little tip for you, if your bowl's sliding around, just put a towel underneath it. We're going to prepare our ramekins. 4 ounce to 6 ounce ramekins. This is so that when the cake is cooked, we're going to be able to pop it out. So you have a date night, so maybe this is something you could throw together. Very easy, but maybe it looks like you worked a lot harder on it than you really did. So like I said, this is not something you want to boil or let get away from you. This is definitely just melt it. Go ahead and turn the heat off and just let it finish. Put anything hot into the eggs, it'll curdle the eggs and it won't work right. So behind me, my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. You want to make sure that that's ready and set, because if you don't, if you put it in a cold oven and then turn the heat on, then it's not going to spring. First time I made this was at a little restaurant I worked at in Palo Alto, California. We had a very small kitchen. Our pantry dessert area was on the top of a chest freezer in the hallway. So this was a nice, simple element that we could do without taking up a lot of time and space. And now we're going to sprinkle our flour in here. This is 4 tablespoons. I'm going to take my spatula now and just fold it, because you don't want to whisk it after that flour is in there, because we don't want to make this gummy. And then from here, I'm going to pour them into our molds. I'm going to leave room for it to rise. All right, so now into a 400-degree oven. Slide it right in there, about 20 minutes. So for the strawberries, cutting all the way through, except I'm not cutting all the way through on the top. So I got a couple of those on each plate. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna run this knife around here so we can get it out clean. So we have our chocolate cake. And then we have a little powdered sugar here. I mean, this is something that you want to time to come out. Like if you're at the dinner table, you may want to get up towards the end of dinner and throw these in. Now, if you wanted, you can make caramel sauce or strawberry sauce, but I kind of like this, very simple version like this. Warm chocolate cake. Check out our filling, and look at that, nice and gooey in the middle. See, nice and hot. You still want a little bit of that kind of like molten chocolate in the middle when it comes out. Look at that. That's delicious. Do I have chocolate on me?